What's going on, fellas? We back for another episode. This is Broadstreet 4 for 4. I'm with my good friends, and we back for another episode. I'm hoping everybody tuned in and ready to go for another show. How everybody feel tonight?
Feeling good.
James Wood, Mike McCline, you good? Ron G's, how you feeling, man?
Feeling good, man. Nice night.
Yeah,
Thursday night football.
Right. What's the score in that game, somebody? Anybody got the score in that game?
28-17.
Yeah, the Bengals in the third quarter.
28-17.
All right, fellas.
There's no way I'm watching that game.
Yeah.
I have no interest in that game at all.
No interest. Right.
Good game, man.
Well, again, we do that. Yeah. Again, we definitely gonna have interest in is that Eagles Tampa Bay game. So we want to talk about that. We're gonna talk about some other NFL preview matchups, and we're gonna talk about some boxing, man. We're gonna talk about the Danny Garcia fight that just passed. We want to talk about the big fight between Canelo Alvarez and Triple G. And we'll at the end of the show we'll give our top 5 boxers of our time, our generation. Our time, and we hope everybody enjoys the show, and we're gonna get started, man. Again, this is Broadstreet 4 for 4. Y'all can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Podbean, and tune in. Let us know what y'all think, man.
That SoundCloud too.
There you go, SoundCloud. My fault, I forgot about that, man. So y'all can follow all those platforms to check us out, man. Broadstreet 4 for 4. But for tonight's show, man, we're gonna jump right in, man. Eagles Tampa Bay. Somebody give me their preview. Mike McCline, let me hear what you think about the game, man. This upcoming Sunday.
Well, I got the Birds winning this one big. I think it's a runaway game. Fitzpatrick looked good last week, as he always does. When he comes in, it's unexpected and people don't have the tape and they're not prepared for him. But the Eagles will do their due diligence. I got Swartzy coming out with a good plan. An interesting fact from the last game, the big offseason acquisition of Michael Bennett was ringing a lot of bells. His name didn't come up a lot for tackles and sacks, but a real interesting stat is when he played 40 snaps against the Falcons last week. When he was on the field, the Falcons averaged 3.6 yards. When he was off the field, they averaged 6.3 yards. So he's definitely making an impact, and the Falcons are a well-oiled machine. We're going against the Tampa Bay JV Buccaneers, and I think that we're going to roll them. I got the Birds winning this one, 28-10. I think our defense is too much. I think our offense won't be at full strength. I think they'll score about 14 to 17 points. And I think the defense gets 2 scores in this game. And if they don't get 2 touchdowns directly, I think the field position is set and change will attribute to us getting 28 points in this game, even with Nick Foles at the helm. So I see us winning this one big. We also did real well last week. Nick Foles was 4 for 5 when they blitzed on 3rd down. And last week, that's when our guy, the quarterback for the Saints, Drew Brees, he scored all his touchdowns on 3rd downs when they blitzed. So that's something to look for in this game, us capitalizing them having to blitz, because they're not going to get any pressure with their front 4. So I see us winning this one handily. Should be an easy game for the Birds, unless, lightning strikes twice, and it doesn't happen often.
Okay, solid. I like that, man. I like that. Well, what you got?
For a team like this, the Eagles going to win, man. The Eagles going to win. It's a 1 o'clock game in Tampa Bay. They're going to come down and going to have energy. Nick Foles is going to light them up. I can see him having a breakout game. He's going to have over 300 yards passing. We're going to start seeing some explosive touchdowns from the wide receiving core. We're going to see little Zach Ertz is going to come back from his down game from week 1. I can see Zach Ertz showing up his catching, making the Eagles know that he's going to be that reliable receiver that we've all come to appreciate last season. He struggled. We had about several drops in week 1, frustrating the Eagle fans, but he's going to come back because that stuff lingers with a player. You know what I'm saying? They want to come back and show and prove because he's the guy now. Now that my man retired, his name slips my mind. I was about to say Chad Lewis. What's the brother that just retired?
What's the name?
Yeah, thank you, Selleck. Yeah, Selleck. So now that Selleck retires, Ertz is the man. Now, as far as defense though, looking at the Buccaneers though, from a football standpoint, you got Mike Evans, who's just one of the best receivers in the league. You got Deshaun Jackson, who loves playing against the Eagles. When he was a Redskin, he was just lighting us up. Even if we did beat the team, he always managed to shine. I know he's a question mark. It's not 100% that he'll play, but I'm pretty sure he's going to try his best to get on the field and have like a breakaway, at least one breakaway touchdown reception. But I firmly believe that Fletcher Cox can be a big factor and get to Fitzgerald and not just maybe not get sacks, but maybe cause some disruption, knock down some passes, knock them down, incomplete passes, short passes, and just kind of rack them up a little bit, like knock them down and kind of get them frazzled, and get them to the point where we can start making some mistakes, and then which can lead to some interceptions. So because they're going to try to test the secondary because they do have they have a really good receiving core. But yeah, Eagles are going to win, of course, because you know how I am. Eagles all day, every day. As far as how trying to think of the score realistically, I'm thinking the Eagles, I'm thinking more like 24-17, something like that. Maybe 24-17, but Eagles win. Okay. I need Jake Elliott. I need Jake Elliott to just to please continue to be on point. Just to make the short ones. You know what I'm saying? Don't miss. I can't stand when we miss extra points. I mean, I know they moved it back, and it's easy. They're not as easy as they were several years ago. But please make your extra points. So that's all.
Right. All right. Hey, JD, man, let me hear what you got, man.
Yeah, Eagles Bucks. It's gonna be down there in Tampa. I'm sure it's gonna be humid down there, but last week it was real hot and humid for our game, so I think the Eagles will be well adjusted to that. You playing against Fitzpatrick, he's a journeyman, career backup, just like Mike said, when he's thrown in there, when he's not the official starter, he actually plays well, but when he's named the starter and expected to do something, that's when he screws up. Right. Just like last week, I thought he caught the Saints by surprise. I thought.
So you think the pressure gets to these players?
I'm just specifically Fitzpatrick. I mean, I don't think like D-Jack and Evans and they're big time players. I don't think it bothers them that much, but I think Fitzpatrick. I think the pressure get to him. It showed that throughout his whole career. Yeah. Like he's not a starter. He's just a backup. He could fill in. He could fill in for spots, here and there. But he's not leading you to the promised land. And with our D line, I think Brandon Graham and Barnett and Cox. Everybody, Chris Long, they'll all be on him. And I think even though Fitzpatrick, he can move around a little bit back there, but I don't think he's going to be able to do anything with our D-line. I think we'll harass him all game, unlike the Saints, where he had time to throw back there and actually let D-Jack get deep. I don't think he's going to have the time for that. I do think D-Jack probably beats Mills on a double move.
Does Deshaun Jackson still have that breakaway speed? I don't think he does.
I think he does.
I think D-Jack is still, if not the top guy, the top receiver in the league, man.
Yeah, he's still
Last week.
fast. Yeah.
He had 2 last week.
Yeah, he had 2 deep ones last week. He had like a
Yeah,
$146, I think, total.
Yeah.
2
he said
TDs.
146, and Evans had 147. I
Yeah,
think.
it was ridiculous, man.
He had too much time. That's a lot of time for
Yeah,
Fitzpatrick.
he's not going to get that time. And then on the other side of the ball for our offense, the Bucks showed they had no pass rush at all. Breeze really tore him apart. I think he only had like 8 completions the whole game and threw 45 times. So I mean, he had it was just all day. Hopefully, Foles. I think Peterson comes up with a good game plan, and Foles takes advantage, man. He puts Foles in good situations where he just has to do his first 2 reads, and our guys are open, and boom, we should have a good solid day. I think we'll get Ajayi started earlier and I think Clement will be more involved and and hopefully Ertz doesn't drop balls this week, but. Other than that, I think we'll have a solid game. But I know last week I said the Eagles should win by 17. I'm going to kind of go back on that. Maybe the Eagles win by 10. A close game, but we pull away in the fourth quarter. Our running game, our O-line. Oh, Jason Peters was just big last week, man.
Sproles and is Darren Sproles questionable? I thought I read an injury report about him. Question mark.
Yeah.
He said he did practice?
No, he didn't. He did not practice.
He did not.
Yeah, but he's old, so Doug respects the vets.
Right.
Yeah, if it was me, Sproles wouldn't practice all year long.
Yeah.
Just let him play in the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, our O-line pretty much, we were dominant last week in the second half. I expected to continue, and I think we get a 10-point win, maybe 31-21.
Yeah. It's always a good thing making it out of the game with little to no injuries. So going into the Buccaneers game healthy is a plus.
Definitely.
Yeah. Fitzpatrick. He's going to be looking like a snack.
I think. Yeah.
They're going to eat him alive, man.
You said Fitzpatrick's going to be looking like a snack?
Hey, listen, fellas. I think the game is won on the line, both sides, man, offense and defensive line. I think if we get the pressure on Fitzpatrick, I think that will be our biggest advantage is putting pressure on Fitzpatrick, and then conversely, our offensive line protecting Foles, man, so he can do what he do, so he can play as well as he is capable of playing. So I think that's where the game's won at, man, and I think we do win there. I think that just like y'all, man, our D-line plays big. I think that's the difference. We got D-Jack and Evans. We can't give Fitzpatrick that much time, to let those guys get loose. I know D-Jack suffered the concussion. Is he playing this week? I know he has to go through the protocol.
He practiced.
I read a question mark.
He practiced today. He was there.
I know
there was no official confirmation if he's playing or
not. I bet he plays.
Yeah, he's going to want to play and burn somebody on the Eagles. That's what he's going to want to do.
Do you think that Evans and Deshaun Jackson are the best wide receiver duo in the NFL right now?
Whoa, I would have to think about that. I mean,
what was that?
Without me looking at other rosters, I mean, they're up there.
My question was: Is Evans and Deshaun Jackson the best wide receiver duo in the NFL right now? And even make it more interesting, can you think of the last time, any time, not just current NFL, all time, the best wide receiver duo? Like the first duo that comes to mind is John Taylor, Jerry Rice. First, that's immediately what popped in my mind. Like, can you think of a really fun to watch wide receiver duo? Like, even though I hate him, I'm thinking of Michael Irvin and Alvin Harper.
Oh, I would go Moss and Chris Carter.
Moss and Chris Carter. Yeah, that's a good one too. What about
Reed Lawson? Breeden, Buffalo.
Oh, Lofton and Reed. Yeah.
Andre Reed and James Lofton.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good
was
one
nice.
because they're both
What
Hall of
about the
Famers.
Bengals? What about the Bengals? Chad Johnson and
Houshmandzadeh.
Yeah.
I think they had a little run. I think when you look at them compared to those other guys.
Yeah, they didn't.
I don't know. What about Duper and Clayton? I mean,
Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
Mark Clayton, Mark Duper. What about the posse? The Redskins, Art Monk, Ricky Sims, Gary Clark. That was nice.
Yeah.
And what was the Broncos? The Broncos had somebody too.
It was the Three Amigos. It was what was his name? Jackson.
Yeah.
I can't. Vance Johnson and somebody else. I can't remember the other guy. Yeah, they had a good squad.
Who was that?
That was the Broncos with Elway in the 80s.
What about the Houston running shoe Warren Moon?
Oh, yeah. Ernest Givens, Haywood Jeffries, Curtis Duncan. I can't remember the fourth guy. Webster Slaughter.
Yo, Rome, props to Rome for the memory, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah. All right, man. So we all got the Eagles winning, man. I got the Eagles winning as well. So it's an away game, Tampa Bay. It's tough, man. I think Deshaun's going to play. I think the game's won on the trenches, man, on the line, man, defensive line and offensive line, man. So hopefully folks can pull out, man. That'll be 2 wins, man, and that's a step closer, another week closer to getting our boy back healthy and we're 2-0, man. I love it, man. I love how we're looking right now.
What week do you think Wentz comes back?
I think if Foles wins. If Foles wins against Tampa, that's 2-0. I think he easily plays another 2 weeks without question. And he at least plays a month. I almost guarantee it.
Yeah,
guarantee it.
What you think? What?
When is Wentz projected to come back? Like in November?
When do you think? I mean, right now it's up in the air. They're not telling us anything. Like I think he's showing up to practice and doing passing drills and stuff, but he's still not clear for contact. So
Wentz might not come back. Yo, he might not come back all season. It's gonna be Foles, yo. It's gonna be Foles, yo. They might be hiding something. Like Wentz's recovery might not be going as planned. And, and Nick Foles is gonna be our guy, man. He gonna lead us back to back Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And Wentz is gonna be like, man, what about me? It's gonna be like, I'm gonna tell you what's happening with you. You're gonna be trade fodder. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna happen.
No, trust me, they gonna bring Wentz back, but I think they're doing a smart thing, man. Because I was sitting, man. It's ACL and PCL, man. Those are serious injuries, man. And as long as Foles keep the ship afloat, man, why not sitting? But yeah, that'll be interesting to look at and look forward to.
Yeah. I think he's coming. I think he's coming back. I think he's coming back. The home game against the Colts. I think he's chomping at the bit. I think that he's all in the coach's butt. I think he's up there of Dougie P's butt, and as soon as they medical clear him, he's a football player. I think the only thing that's stopping Dougie P right now because he's a quarterback. I think they have a relationship. I think the only thing that's stopping him is the medical clearance. Even though I think it's wise, I agree with you, Chris, that he should sit out to week 4 or 5, but just being an athlete and knowing their relationship and the way they're joined at the hip, as soon as he's medical clear, they're going to put him on the field, especially against a weak opponent like Indianapolis is not good this year. We'll be at home. You start him at home. You don't want to start him on the road, and you can just protect him with the run. He brings a different dynamic. But that's what I'm thinking. If he doesn't, I hope they don't out of wisdom. But I just got the feeling Dougie P's just the way he's been running his team. He's like Charlie Manuel being a manager. He's a player's coach. Right. And I think the only thing it might not be the wisest decision. He's not Belichick. He's not one of those guys. I think the only thing that's stopping him from playing him is the not being medically cleared. But if they medically clear him, I think he's going to play him because of their relationship.
After Tampa Bay, we're home against the Colts. Then we go to Tennessee. Then we got a tough game at the Vikings. We're home, and then we visit the Giants.
They're not bringing him back.
Wentz ain't coming back for any of those games. Wentz is not coming back until after the bye.
Yeah, the bye is in what, week 7, 8?
What is that? After the London game or before?
The London game is the bye is right after the London game. Week 9.
That's too late in the season, man.
Yeah, and Wentz is coming back against the Cowboys when the Cowboys come to Philly.
So you think after the 8th game? So in the 9th game, Wentz is in there.
No, week 10. Week 10.
Okay.
Week 10, Wentz will be back. That's my official prediction.
Yeah, that's the 9th game, though, right?
What'd you say?
Yeah, that's the 9th game.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's week 10. I'm being technical. Week 10. Yeah.
Okay, I could see that. Halfway through the season, you bring Wentz in. Wentz had that fire in his gut. Wentz is pissed that Foles won that bowl.
It's a perfect opportunity.
Wentz gets us the back.
It's going to be a nationally televised game. It's going to be a nationally televised game. It's going to be so much hype surrounding it. I'm telling you, that's the game that Wentz comes back.
How do y'all think Wentz feels about that statue too, man?
Oh, I think he's gonna be pissed his whole career, man. He might pay somebody to vandalize that joint.
Somebody gonna spray his number on the back of Foles.
Yeah, that's like motivation for Wentz for his whole career, man. That's always gonna be there, man.
I think Wentz is gonna do it though. I got Wentz winning the Super Bowl, man. I really believe that.
You think this year? You saying he going back to back?
Yeah.
You think he could pull it?
Maybe not.
Number 11 on the back of the Foles statue.
You think he could pull a Foles this year?
Maybe not this year. Hopefully, I don't. Maybe not this year, but I think I think we're in contention, man. I really do. So I think he wins the Super Bowl within the next 2 to 3 years, if not this year. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see, man.
All right, fellas, man. Let's move on and talk about some other games, man. In the NFL, man. Rome, man. You do yourself, man, and run through these games right here, man, and we'll go through these. We'll all pick. We picked some games last week. I don't know who's the front runner in the wins-loss column, but we'll go over it. But Rome, give us the games and we'll give y'all our predictions, man.
Okay, you want me to just start off with one and we go through it, or what? The first one is Colts Redskins.
Right.
What you think about that one? See.
Colts versus the Skins. Washington at home. I like Alex Smith. I'm not a Skins fan. Let me rephrase it. I'm not a Skins fan. Obviously, they're in our division. I think Andrew Luck maybe can get a win. I would like to. You know what? I'll go to Skins at home, man. I think Andrew Luck possibly gets his first. I'll go Skins. Alex Smith at home.
What you got, what?
The team in Washington.
Okay. That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Mike, what you got?
I got the Skins. I don't think that Luck has it all the way together. The team they didn't look that good last week. And AP's rolling. He's showing that 30 is the new 20.
All right.
Yeah. For me, I think just like you, Mike, the Colts look bad. They still haven't fixed the offensive line. Why Luck got hurt in the first place? I think Luck can still play, but, I mean, that whole Colts organization just went downhill since Manning left, man. And I got the Skins. I think Alex Smith, he just makes the smart play. He doesn't turn the ball over. And just like you, AP is rolling. Chris Thompson out the backfield. I think the Skins win that. Probably big. All right.
Hey,
Next game
next game.
we got Vikings and the Packers. Packers at home. What you think about that one, see?
This is a divisional matchup. This may be the toughest pick. Aaron Rodgers, did he have to have a test? Did he have to have? Is he playing for one?
I think he's still questionable.
Playing. Yeah, they said more than likely he's going to play. More than likely, it's very high probability. Sprain. He has an MCL sprain or something.
Sprain. That game's obviously contingent. If he doesn't play, the Packers don't have a chance.
No.
With AR in there, they have a chance. But Vikings, they tough, man. But they're coming to Lambeau. You know what? I'll take the Vikings. I'll go Vikings. Coming into Lambeau and still one. That defense.
Okay.
Vikings.
Wood, who you got?
Green Bay Packers.
Mike?
I got the Purple People Eaters going in there. Aaron Rodgers going to try to play hurt. He's not going to be able to move around, and he's going to have to move around. He's going to have to buy time for those weak receivers. I mean, Adams looked good, but the Bears, they stopped blitzing. So I think it's going to be a heavy dose of that defense, and he's not 100%. So I got to side with it. I don't think a blowout or anything. I think it's a tough match. It's at Lambeau. They're playing with pride, but I think it's too much purple.
Right.
Yeah, kind of a toss-up for me. You got Rodgers with the knee. That's a big question mark. And then
He's a hard one to pick, that's for sure.
Right.
You got that tough Vikings D. And then you got Cousins. How's he going to play in a big game at Lambeau, divisional game? That's what's kind of swaying me towards the Packers. And with this one, I just got to go with Rodgers, man. As much as I think it's more Cousins than anything. If it was anybody other than Cousins, I would pick the Vikings. But I just don't trust Cousins in a big game. So I got the Packers winning it. Close, probably by 3.
I'm with you with Cousins. I'm not a big. I don't trust him one bit either. But I like that Vikings thing.
And they got good playmakers around them, but I agree with that. Yeah, that assessment on that guy, Cousins. Kurt Choke Cousins.
I couldn't understand why they kept franchising that boy year after year, and I really didn't understand that and what they were trying to. I guess they were trying to figure out a big contract for him, but I always thought he was overrated, but.
Yeah.
He reminds me of the guy down in Washington now, but he throws the picks. They're like polar opposites, but kind of the same. Like they get you the same result in the end, but one throws the pick and one doesn't.
Hey, fellas.
Yes.
Yo.
All right, before we go on to the next one, I just want to confirm the Eagles and Bucks picks. I know me and Mike picked the Eagles. Rome, who you picking?
Everybody, we all picked the Eagles.
All right, just want to make sure. All right, hold on. Test my microphone here.
You ready to go to the next pick?
Yeah. Let's move on to the Cardinals and Rams.
Okay, Cardinals, Rams. See what it's looking like, man.
Rams got a lot of talent, man. I like the Rams at home.
What? Mike?
The GOATs.
What? Okay, I'm going to jump in. I think it's easy. Rams roll. You got Bradford as the QB for the Cardinals. Enough said.
Right.
I'm having some slight technical difficulties over here.
Pick who you want. Word for this game. Cardinals versus Rams.
So for the Cardinals and Rams, I'm picking the Rams. Jerome, who did you pick?
I picked the Rams.
All right. Did anyone else? Did Mike and Chris pick yet?
Yeah, we all got the Rams.
Any betting man's pick.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm having some slight technical difficulties. I think I'm back.
Okay. All right. Next one. Pats and the Jags. Big game. AFC Championship rematch.
Put me down for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, Chris, who you got?
I am picking the Jaguars.
I picked the Jags.
I picked the Jags.
All right, Chris, who you got?
I want to say Jacksonville. I want to say I really do want to say Jacksonville. I got to go with Tommy Terrific and Pats early in the season. I got Pats winning, upsetting the Jags, and the Jags won revenge later on in the season. I'm going Patriots.
All right, Wood. Just to clarify, what's your pick?
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Mike, who you got?
I'm going with the baby Jaguars all over Brady. Brady's offense didn't look too well last week. They only put 28 up on the Texans. I mean, I just feel like the Jags is they're gonna eat him up. He doesn't have any playmakers, man, other than Gronk. That's all he got this year. They ain't looking too good to me.
I think Belichick forces Bortles to pass and it gets ugly. Fournette's out with a hamstring. I don't even think this game's close. I think Pats roll. Next game, Giants Cowboys. Chris, what you got?
This is a toss up, man. Divisional game. The Cowboys. I don't like anything I see about these guys. Giants. You know what? It's home for Cowboys. What did I see from the Cowboys and what did I see from the Giants? You know what, man? I'm going Giants, man. I'm going Giants. I'm going Eli.
Wood, who you got?
New York Giants.
Mike, who you got?
New York Football Giants.
Okay. Me, I think we all going Giants. I think when you look at the weapons the Giants have and the Cowboys, I just do not trust Dak Prescott out there. You shut down Zeke, I think you shut down the Cowboys. Point blank.
No doubt. Well, can somebody give us our official records from last week?
Everybody got the same.
No, we don't.
5-1.
From the picks, everybody won 5-1 last week?
That's right.
Okay. So
I think I went 4-2. I picked the Falcons to beat the Eagles, I believe.
You did?
Yeah, I believe so.
Let's put
maybe not.
Next to that.
Yeah, I might be at 4-2.
All right, so we just got to go back into the episode and confirm that then.
Yeah, you 4-2. You picked Atlanta. It was you and Chris picked Atlanta.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, so I'm 4-2.
I didn't know that game was on our picks, but I'll take the loss. I thought I was undefeated, but I'll take it.
So it's a 3-way tie for first, and I'm in last.
That's exactly what it is.
It's still early in the season. Okay, fellas, man. Y'all ready to move on, man? We had some.
Before we do, I want to touch on real quick. I want to touch on the last episode when we discussed top 5 movies before we get into boxing. I had some feedback. Did anybody get any feedback from friends or we talk about like, hey, you missed out on the movie. You should have put this movie in because I got a lot of that.
Well, what movie in particular?
Oh, I got a shout out to my man Andrew Hurst. He was really adamant about some misses. Like he felt as though Kingpin should have been there.
Oh yeah, Kingpin was good. Oh, what was the next one you said?
Cinderella Man. I think it was the movie, the boxing movie with Russell Crowe.
I don't really know that movie. I know it was a boxing movie, but
wait, was it Russell Crowe? Who was in it? Was that Mark Wahlberg?
No,
there wasn't another
Russell
boxing
Crowe.
movie with Mark Wahlberg in it.
Yeah,
I don't remember. And he was like, you need a white person on your panel to talk about some movies. He told he had a Bull Durham and Field. He's like, how come Field of Dreams is not on the list?
Nah.
I was like, man, it's a top 5. It's the top 5. His favorites.
Look, come on, man.
Nah.
I don't even want to hear it.
Like nobody said Rudy. Nobody said Brian's song. So.
Yeah, Brian's song a good one. I thought about that.
Yeah.
But then some movies like
that was Gail Sayers, right?
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't Brian's song Gail Sayers? Wasn't Billy D. Williams in that?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good movie. Man, that was like a made-for-TV movie, but it was so good, though. Yeah. But anyway, I told us, hey, man, it was just some movies that we liked. It was just ones we picked,
Right.
But it was cool. I got some good feedback. We got some good feedback on the top 5 sports movies.
That's the point. We want to have that feedback, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's the good thing. We want to have a conversation about What do you think? What's the difference?
Yeah, so remember,
What did we
y'all can
miss?
follow us, man. Podbean, download the app. It's free. Follow us, Broadstreet 444. Y'all can follow us on Instagram. Y'all can follow us on Twitter.
And put comments on the episode. Let us know. Like put
Yeah,
that in the comment section. That, hey, you
suggest.
miss what about Field of Dreams? What
Yeah.
about
Right.
Cinderella Man, even though I've never seen it?
Yeah, I think I got nominated. I think I got nominated for some Oscars. I remember. I never got around to seeing it either.
That's Russell Crowe, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
Did you
everything
like
in it.
did you like the did you like the Vinny Pazienza movie? Did you see that, John?
Nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
that joint was alright. I can't remember the name of it, but that joint was good.
I don't know. It's so many. It's so, you know what I mean? And there's so many different sports. He was like, you know, the Mighty Ducks and all this. I was like, he had nose. He ran it down. He put so many in the you know,
Right.
checking back and forth. He put so many. I said, hey man, top 5. You know,
Right.
Yeah,
it was a tough list, but it was fun though. It was. I think it was a fun topic to have.
Yeah. No doubt. All right, man.
Yeah.
So this past week, man, in Philadelphia, we had a big event going on with one of our very own Danny Swift Garcia. He fought Sean Porter. He lost the fight. I'm sure everybody watched it. I guess we'll talk about the fight, man. What did you guys think about the fight? Did y'all agree with the decision, first of all? And if so, and if not, what do you think Danny could have done to win the fight? Unless y'all want me to,
I'll jump in. I thought Danny could have been more active. I think that's the only thing with boxing sometimes is some of those judges just look at who's the more busier fighter. Like even though when you looked at the combos Porter was throwing, it looked like he was only hitting about a third of them, and actually when you looked at the totals, it was less than that. It was around 25%. So I mean, I thought Danny he landed at a higher percentage. He was throwing the better shots, throwing the better power punches, but I just think he wasn't busy enough. And sometimes that happens in championship fights. But I think the judges scored the bout close. And I think I think only 4 rounds the judges actually agreed on. I think that was like 4, 5, 6, and 7, I believe.
Yeah, the middle round.
Yeah, so I think if Danny could have actually like convincingly stole a couple of those rounds, you know, if he was just a little bit more busier in 2 or 3 of those rounds, I think Danny wins that fight. But I still believe I believe it was a close fight. I can't say for certain that Danny should have won. But I can't say for certain that Danny should have lost. But I could see how they came to that conclusion that he lost because he wasn't that busy. And that happens a lot in championship fights.
Yeah. Go ahead, Chris.
No, go ahead, Mike. You go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, to piggyback on what Ron was saying, you know, I watched the fight, and to me, it felt like Danny was trying to be Floyd. And only Floyd can win how Floyd can win, by outpointing you. He was known for that. Like, you want to be the, you know, more technical fighter. But now, you know, boxing is at a point with the judges, with the fans, they're trying to get people back into it. There's always that aspect of professional sports, I feel like. And he was the better he boxed. He won the boxing match. But he lost it, you know, basically to the show, to the aggression, and to say how Rome said, being busy. Because he didn't land anything. But he wanted to be technical and fight the, you know, pretty fight and fight a sound fight, which is the pure sport. But as we all know, in professional sports in the United States, that doesn't always cut it. You need a little flash. And I think he lost out on it. Could have been a little more aggressive. Would have got the win.
Was there any knockdowns? I didn't see the fight, so I don't have a dog in his hunt. You know what I'm saying? Like, were there any knockdowns at all?
No.
There was no knockdown. You got 2 parts of this fight right here. Ron touched on them when he made his comments. Porter was the busier fighter, but a lot of those punches didn't land. But some judges' eyes go to who's the busier fighter, the more active fighter. And when you looked at the punch stats, the punch counts, all the numbers favored Danny. I don't. Again, I can see how they gave Porter the fight. I don't agree with the decision. I think it should have been a draw. I think Danny landed the cleaner punches, the more effective punches. The punch stats prove that. But then again, Danny can be somewhat inactive. And just like Rome said,
Did anybody have marks at the end? With anybody like with puffy eyes or anything like bloody nose or anything like that?
it was a good competitive fight, man. I mean, to be honest with you, it was a draw, in my
Swelling? Was
opinion.
any swelling? Like was it? You know what I'm saying? Like
It just looked like a typical fight when fighters go 12 rounds, man.
I've seen
Well,
fighters
nothing,
go 12
man.
rounds, but then one fighter have a closed eye.
No, it wasn't nothing like that.
It wasn't nothing like that. They looked like they were in a boxing match. This is the other aspect of boxing, which you got to remember. There's money. There's so much money, and there's so many things behind the scenes. Wrong. You remember when Earl Spence got in the ring after the fight?
Yeah, yep.
That's the next big fight.
Yeah, yep.
And a draw would negate that. You understand? It's so
Yeah.
much money into these fights right now. So if they have a draw, that negates that Earl Spence fight that's coming up next.
Yeah.
The winner fights Earl Spence, and that's the big money fight. And they didn't want to wait on that with the draw. So they gave it to Porter. I don't necessarily agree with it. But you know, I understand why. I can understand why they wanted to move forward. That's what boxing does, man. They build these fights up, man. They're 2 or 3 fights in the making already. You know, it's just a formality of who gets past who, and they're setting it up for big money, man.
Yeah. I just don't want Danny to get lost because he has these 2 losses. Yeah, because that happens sometime, and then Danny gets lost in the whole mix. And does he get another shot for God knows how long, you know? Because I think he gets another shot, but how long down the line? And then is he out of his prime by the time he gets another shot?
Exactly. I don't know if you guys remember last week when I said Porter, he beat you off of just energy, you know what I mean? Just being more active. And really that was the difference in the fight. A lot of those punches didn't land, but we have the benefit of looking at it from our home on TV, seeing replays, and the judges don't always have that. But you know, they're professionals too, so I think they should look for certain things. A lot of those quarter punches weren't landing, but again, I'm rooting for Danny, so you know, I could be somewhat biased, but you know, I thought the fight was a draw, to be honest with you. I can't see why they would give it to Porter, so you know, yeah, I feel disappointed for Danny. I wanted him to win, so. They're setting it up for that next fight. It's money, man.
Yeah.
Money, man.
Yeah, exactly. You hit the nail right on the head, man.
Yeah. It's a big money thing, man. We also got another fight coming up this weekend, fellas. Man, big fight, for middleweights, man. Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. This is their fight number 2. You guys got any opinions on this one? They fought. It was a draw the first fight. A lot of people thought Triple G won the fight. I thought he did too. They're fighting for the second time, man. This time a lot of bad blood. Canelo Alvarez had some. They found some illegal substances in his blood tests and urine tests and things like that. So Triple G has been He says he kind of doesn't respect him now. Canelo, a great fighter, great boxer, speed, punching, power. He does it all. Triple G, I mean, knockout artist, man. This guy trains for power, man. At one point, he had, 17 consecutive knockouts, if not more. This is going to be a dynamite fight right here.
You said 17 consecutive knockouts?
Somebody double check that. I don't want to misspeak.
No,
I think you're right because I remember the whole hype with Triple G. Like nobody had really seen him, and everybody was talking about him. Yo, you got to see Triple G, man. This dude is amazing.
Regardless, it's like in the teens, right?
Then we finally saw him.
Accurate. It's in the teens.
And when you talk to him, you ask, yeah, when you talk to him and his trainer, they say, "Do you guys train for power?" They say, "Absolutely, that's what we do." You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah, this
amazing.
guy's a monster, man. So, but he's fighting Canelo Alvarez, who
Yeah, I like Alvarez.
was
But
the
I
first
think
time. I Go ahead, Ron.
no, my bad. Go ahead. I'll cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I watched the fight numerous times, and the fight was closer than I initially thought. One judge had it 118 to 110 Canelo Alvarez, and that was absolutely ridiculous because most people had Triple G really winning the fight. They made it a draw. Again, the money for
Yeah,
the second
yeah,
fight, so
for
they
the
could fight again.
rematch. Yeah, for the rematch. That's gonna be the biggest draw. So
There you go. It's
yeah,
money in the rematch. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So, if let's say hypothetically Triple G did win the fight, after that he has nobody to fight. There's no more money to be created and earned. So,
yeah.
yeah. What y'all think, man? Who do y'all like in this fight? Do y'all have a horse in this race? What do you
I
guys think?
I like.
I can't speak intelligently on it. I gotta be honest. I'm not even going
That's
to
fine,
attempt.
Wood.
I like Canelo, but I think I'm going with Triple G, man. I think he just lands the more powerful punches throughout the fight, man. I think he sets the tone and carries it throughout the whole match. But I think it's going to be a close one. I mean, maybe Triple G wins by like 3 rounds or something like that.
Yeah.
Can y'all still hear
Nothing
me?
spectacular. Yeah, I think Triple G wins, man. I
Yeah.
got Triple G this fight.
What you got, Mike?
I got Triple J.
Triple G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go with the power every time, like the Hemi trucks.
Yeah. Right. The thing is, Canelo is strong too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Canelo's just like he's a boxer's boxer, man. That's what I like about Canelo. But
he can do it up, man.
yeah,
He can box, he can punch, and he has power, man. But Triple G, I think naturally the bigger guy, naturally the stronger guy. So my money's all the way on Triple G. I think he wins a decision. I think he wins a decision. They said Canelo was training as hard as Oscar De La Hoya said. He's never seen Canelo training this hard and this angry. He said he's been training angry. So, a lot of guys had Triple G winning that fight, and Canelo took that. He didn't like that too much. Plus, with the dope, the drug thing.
yeah.
So he's training hard. But I like Triple G, man.
Yeah, I just saw Triple G's trainer talking shit about Canelo this week about the whole drug thing. Got the juice,
Yeah,
1500. Yeah.
They said Canelo said he ate some meat from Mexico and they had to stop. I don't buy that at all.
Hell no, I don't buy that.
When you're at that elite level at these boxes at, man, they get the best of everything. They know exactly what's going in their bodies.
Yeah,
That's just that's a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, that's bullshit, man. Just call it like it is.
Right. BS. Right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yo, that's a perfect segue, man. A lot of people, a lot of shows, man. We've been getting a lot of people commenting, and they've been saying a lot of sports shows don't talk about boxing, man. So, on a light note, man, we're gonna give our top 5 boxers, man, and we could do all the time. We could do them of our specific era, whatever each member chooses to do. I'll defer. I'll give it to one of you guys, Wood, Ron, Mike, whatever one wants to jump in, but we're going to give top boxers of all time. I don't know if you guys want to do top 5, top 10. I don't know if you want to do our era.
I want to do top 5 modern era and top 5 all time. I think that'll be fun.
It's your world.
So you want to do 2 different top 5s?
Just top 5.
It's your world.
Yeah, well, basically a total of top 10, but 5 of your favorite modern, 5 of your favorite all time. Like we've seen highlights, we've seen documentaries. We know we can speak intelligently on even though that's past our era. Do you disagree, Mike?
It's uh-oh.
I see Mike's got a face.
Mike's highly
Yeah,
upset at this
I
show.
wasn't ready for that. You know, I wasn't ready for
All right, well, you know,
Hey,
Go ahead,
hey,
Wood.
Wood
Wood, just go with your
yeah, as long as
list.
you can
Mike,
consider
just
it.
stay with your 5.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
do that.
So it's
All right, let's do modern era first. Then, Mike, you did modern era.
Yeah.
Let's do modern era first, and if we can, maybe we can talk a little bit about all time. I just feel like it'd be disrespectful to Muhammad Ali if we don't at least mention him when we talking top 5 boxers.
No, I understand, but it's your world, Wood. You can do what you want to do. Everybody can do what they want to do, man. Go ahead. It's your world, Wood.
But are you going, or do you want me to go?
I'm on Rome. You started off.
All right, I'm going 5 up to 1, and I have no heavyweights on my list. I'll let y'all know that now, so don't get all upset. My number 5 is Sweet Pea Whitaker. I'm not going to go into too much detail on people because since we're doing another list of all time of historic guys. So number 4, the Executioner, Bernard Hopkins. Number 3, Floyd Mayweather. Number 2, Roy Jones Jr. And number 1, Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
I remember those names. I remember those. Yeah, Mama Pop used to love watching them fights, man. He's talking about them boxers. I got who do I have on my list? I got for my modern era, I got like Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, Evander Holyfield, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Roberto Duran. Those are all the boxers. I wanted to put Marvin Hagler on there. I kept going back and forth between him and Duran, but I just remember like, you know, my father having like fight nights, big parties at his house, and he used to always talk about Roberto Duran, how amazing he was and all that. So I had to put him on there for my pop.
You got Evander on there, Wood?
Yeah. I think Evander Holyfield should be considered one of the greatest. I do.
He's in top 5. It's hard for me to put him in my top 5. Wood, no disrespect, Wood.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I am not as good as a boxer fan as you are.
A boxing aficionado.
I'm not even going to begin to debate you. So, that's 5 that I like. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Holyfield he's an all-time great. So I don't want to say nothing for Holyfield, but he does. Yeah, you know, he doesn't make mine. But McCline, who you got?
I don't have a specific order. I go with Mike Tyson, Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Hopkins, and Sugar Shane.
Bernard Hopkins, he was from Philly too. I should put him on my list.
Right.
Man, I feel bad, and I left him on.
I
want to take Evander Holyfield off and put Bernard Hopkins back on mine. That's a good choice.
I think y'all got good lists, man. Everybody got good lists. Good lists.
Chris, you ain't go yet.
No, and this one was from our era. From our era, I kind of stayed with that around Hagler era and up. You know what I mean? So no, I didn't touch that. I could go back to those Ali days and things like that, but I didn't, man. No order, man. Well, you know what? I'll go from. I'll give it an order, man. I'll go. I go 2 honorable mentions, man. Oscar De La Hoya and Roy Jones, man. Roy Jones, man, at the height of his career.
Oh, he was fun to watch. He was exciting. I remember the HBO night. He does HBO fights.
On 5, I go Thomas Hitman Hearns. Next, I go Sugar Ray Leonard. Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Number 2, Mike Tyson, man. I don't, you know, Mike, man. Before the, you know, the debacle, Mike was one of the best, man. You know, so and I got Floyd, man. I got Money Floyd, man. You know, I think Floyd, man. You know, what can you say, man? Undefeated. Money Mayweather.
Yeah,
that's my top 5, man. Of this era.
Rome, if you did it all time, who would you put on your all time boxing list? Top 5.
I would. Well, I'm gonna tell you 2 that's on there: Sugar Ray Robinson and Ali.
Yeah, I put them 2 on mine. What about Joe Frazier?
I would put Joe Louis over Joe Frazier.
Yeah, because I was doing research online, like just to see. You know who I did some research and found out I never heard of the brother? until I did research on him, trying to get my lists together. Henry Armstrong. He went 151 wins, 21 losses, and
Right.
151, 21, and 9. So I guess
Right.
what 9 is with the knockouts. So I mean that's just a lot. I never seen that many wins.
Do y'all know how? Oh, go ahead. My fault.
No. That was it. I just saw it here. I saw a list. Someone online had him at like number 3 boxers all times. Like I said, Henry Armstrong. Have you guys ever heard of him?
Yeah, just because I know the top list, because I know the top dudes, and he's up there with those amount of fights.
Yeah.
Sugar Ray Robinson, man. Sugar Ray Robinson is number 1. He's got over 170 something wins, man. Fights.
Oh wow.
This guy was phenomenal. He's got more knockouts than guys have total fights in their career. Somebody Google his numbers real quick. Cause somebody Google his numbers.
I got him right here. Cause whenever I do a list, he's number 1.
He's definitely number 1. This guy won 90 fights in a row at one point. This guy was unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
The fact that a boxer can get over 100 wins, that's impressive.
They said he, as an amateur, he was 85-0 with 69 knockouts. 40 of the 69 knockouts were in the first round.
Do his professional record wrong, because it's unbelievable.
Hands of stone.
All right, hold on. Yeah, he had 91 wins in a row, I think.
91 wins in a row. My God.
He had 173 wins, 108 by knockout.
108 by knockout. 108 knockouts. And keep in mind, fellas, he came in at lightweight.
Yeah.
Boxing rules were a little loose then. He would go up in weight class. He fought one of your movies last week when you talked about the Raging Bull. Jake LaMotta. He went up to fight LaMotta, beat him in a higher weight class, lost the second time. He fought about 4 or 5 fights in like a 3-week period, man. You know what I mean? And he was going up in weight class. He actually went up to a heavyweight and would have won. The fight, it was so hot that the guys almost passed out, man. The referee passed out. That's how hot it was.
Wow.
You know, these 15 rounds back in the day, it was so hot that the ref passed out and they had to bring in another referee, man. But Sugar Ray Robinson, the greatest fighter of all time, man.
Yeah.
And, yeah. After that, I got Ali and Joe Louis, man.
That was my 3 right there. I didn't do a rest of the top 5, but that was my 3. Sugar Ray Robinson, Ali, and then Joe Louis.
Nobody said Rocky Marciano?
Yeah. He whooped Joe Louis' ass.
Yeah. Coming to America. We usually do the top 5 comedies of all time. I think that'd be my goodness. Yeah, I got Ali, Rocky Marciano, Joe Louis, Sugar Ray Robinson, and Henry Armstrong. That's what I put on my list from all of the research that I did. But Ali is just the greatest. I'm Muhammad Ali. Just in the ring, outside the ring, just everything he's done for the culture. So he's always gonna be number 1.
No question.
Just a number 1 human being. You know what I'm saying?
No question, man. No question, man. Rest in peace to Muhammad Ali, man. You know, so.
Yo, you know what? Can we talk about something though? Like real quick, I know, and dip back to football.
Mm-hmm.
I wanna talk about our Eagles, and I made a note of it here. I don't want to forget to discuss it because I think it was just announced 3 Eagles legends among 2019 Hall of Fame nominees: Eric Allen, Seth Joyner, and Donovan McNabb. How cool is that?
These are Hall of Fame.
Yeah, these are the 2019 Hall of Fame nominees: Eric Allen, Seth Joyner, Donovan McNabb. Out of those 3, who do you think will get in?
I don't think any of them.
Eric Allen?
No.
Eric Allen had the best chance to get in.
Yeah, I hate to say it, I think Seth Joyner. I think Seth Joyner might have a better chance than Donovan McNabb. What do you think?
I don't think Seth makes it, and I think McNabb can possibly make it. Possibly not this go around. He won't make it this go around.
I don't think McNabb's going to make it. So if you had to take the 3 and pick one, we would all agree like Eric Allen,
I think Eric Allen has the best chance.
Yeah, I feel like he made a lot of Pro Bowls. Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think he get. I don't think he gets in, man.
You don't think any of the Eagles get in?
No, I think the only one that really see this is how it works. Like it's got to be a sports writer from Philadelphia that goes into that room and makes the case for the NFL for the Eagles player. And for Philly is Ray Didinger, and he's always been behind like Seth Joyner. Like that's his man when he goes in there all the time and he pleads his case why Seth Joyner should be in compared to all other outside linebackers. That's how I knew
Right.
Seth Joyner was like that respected by his peers and everything. Cause I didn't know at first. Cause when you look back, you just like, oh, he was just a part of the Eagles team. But then you find out how dominant he actually was as an outside linebacker during that era. But I think him and Eric Allen, like if you just look at Eric Allen's numbers, 54 interceptions, like why isn't this guy considered Hall of Fame material? Where you put him up against somebody like Aeneas Williams, and I think they basically had the same exact numbers. It's just Aeneas Williams won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, he won a Super Bowl. That's it.
And just to give more like background to this article I read on Sports Philadelphia, I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. Ruben Frank, and he talked about it's like 102 modern era nominees, and the list is long. I don't want to read everybody on the list. I mean, actually, Randall Cunningham's on the list, Ricky Waters, Troy Vincent, Herschel Walker, these brothers. So, but like they single out those three. So Eric Allen, Seth Joyner, and Donovan McNabb. Just don't want to get your opinion on it.
Yeah, that's cool. But I think the two that really have a shot, I don't think McNabb makes it. Tell you the
Dick
truth.
Vermeil,
We got you,
the list. Because they probably got to whittle the list down, to get to a certain point before they actually make a decision.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think those guys, because you got to look at how long Eric Allen and Seth Joyner have been retired.
Yeah.
And they've been on that list, and they still aren't there. Unless eventually, I could see eventually the Veterans Committee letting one or both of them get in, but McNabb, I really don't see McNabb. But when you look at McNabb,
Walker's on the list.
I think McNabb's numbers, I think his wins were good for the era. But when you look at McNabb's numbers, they just don't compare to every other quarterback of that era that's going to go to the Hall of Fame. That's why McNabb can get in.
So you think McNabb will eventually get in, but
no, I think he'll never get in.
You don't think he'll ever get in at all? Maybe
no,
fourth,
I don't.
Fifth.
No, I don't think McNabb ever gets in because his numbers aren't good enough. That's why I said when you look at Seth Joyner's numbers as far as sacks from a coverage guy and interceptions and fumble recoveries and all that, he's one of the he was one of the top of that era. And you look at Eric Allen, you figure behind Dion and Rod Woodson, next was Eric Allen. So I could see them eventually, maybe they get in with the Veterans Committee or something. But McNabb, I just don't see because when
what about Dick Vermeil?
I could see Vermeil eventually getting in. He'll probably be dead, and then they put him in or something.
Yeah, especially considering he won a Super Bowl in 1999.
Yeah, and he went to another one with the Eagles. You got that. So I don't know, but then Vermeil had that long layoff. So I don't know when you look at Vermeil's total wins and stuff. I don't know if it's going to compare with other coaches. That's going to be Vermeil's thing.
Right.
Yeah. He had 120. He was 120 and 109 career coaching record with the Eagles, Rams, and Chiefs. So he's 120 wins, 109 losses.
Oh no, he's not getting that. He's damn near 500. I guarantee Andy Reid's record is much better than Dick Vermeil's.
Yeah,
I bet you it's not even close. That guy, I didn't know he was 500. Nah, there's no way Vermeil gets it.
Yeah, that's the one that's going. All right, fellas, that's good stuff, man. Any last things before we wrap this thing up, man?
Send a special shout out to all everybody that's bracing for Hurricane Florence. And prayers up for everybody, you know what I'm saying? Stay safe.
No doubt,
Yeah,
no
I know
doubt.
a couple people down in South Carolina, right there in the eye of the storm. So
Yeah, I'm thinking about
hopefully,
it.
and I think a couple of them like stuck it out, didn't leave. So hopefully everything goes all right down there. I saw like they downgraded the storm, so it should be like a Category 1. Not to get too far in detail with that, but hopefully everything's going all right down there.
No doubt. Our thoughts and prayers are with everybody down there. So that's good stuff. Good stuff, fellas, man. Let's go Eagles fly, man. We gonna wrap it up. My name Chris Colazzo on behalf of JD Jerome Dooley, 2M's Mike McCline, James Woodruff, Broadstreet 444, man. It's another show, man. Good stuff, fellas.
Can I say one last thing? Just make sure y'all go on IG and also when you listen on the Podbean app, make sure you like it and you follow us and leave your comments. Let us know what suggestions you got and future topics for the
what
show.
you like,
anything.
what you don't like.
Yeah.
Any topics you'd like to see in the future.
Make sure when you listen to us, make sure you download the app. It's free. So you can leave a comment and so that you can like it.
Right. Leave suggestions, topics you guys may want to hear about, and so forth and so on. So that's how you follow us. All right, we signing off. That's another show. And remember, man, don't raise your voice and prove your argument. We out of here.